As I've mentioned yesterday in a video, we are our spirits. And it just so happens to be there's going to be jealous people in this world of you because of your spirit and just the person you are, the person you become, how holy your spirit is, how bright you are, how positive you are, how energetic you are, how happy you are, how fulfilled you are. There's going to be jealous people of you, bro, when you become all these things. It is what it is. All because you work on yourself. Your spirit is at where it's at because of the work you put in on yourself. Someone that does not understand life, someone that does not understand these things, are the same ones that are going to hate you for being who you are. They're going to hate and be jealous of your personality, of your energy, of your aura. That's why you can go some places, man, and you might see somebody working or something like that, and they're just awfully toxic. Like, you might go wherever, to a supermarket, to a grocery store, wherever, and you might be getting something. And you might be paying for it, and your energy and your spirit, you're just so clean. You're so pure. And they can feel it and they can sense it, and they just, you can see them getting mad, bro. Like, you're getting something, they're just, yeah, okay. And they tell you the price, $10.99 for this. Okay, give me your money. Give me your, okay, on debit, okay. Give the debit machine. Stuff like this. We are our spirit. People are who they are because of the actions they've taken. And that's a fact. A toxic person you may come across could potentially be a very good, clean, spirited person. They could go from an extremely toxic person to being an extremely clean, spirited person if they took the right actions. And it's the same thing with, like, fitness. There was, like, damn near obese people in this world that have became, like, damn near supermodels. Like, they've cut all the fat. They got extremely ripped. They look amazing. They look nothing like they used to. And that's because they made a decision. They changed. Do you think that was comfortable for them? No, not at all. They suffered a lot. They put themselves through a lot of pain. They probably gassed themselves out 100 times over. Went through these plateaus of losing weight, losing energy, losing their damn mind in the process. But they stuck with it. They went through with it. The same person with a negative spirit. Something has happened to them. And if they stay like that for the rest of their life, that is a choice. They have a decision. They can make a decision to say, you know what, man? Will Smith, for example. It's a great example. Will Smith is not all there in the head right now. I don't care what anybody says. We all know this. A lot of people know this already. It's not a mystery being solved here. He can make a decision to divorce his Jezebel of a wife, of a so-called wife, Jada Pinkett. That could be his first step. He could divorce her, get back on track, get rid of his demons, because she only brings more demons to him. She's like the devil herself. Just look at her. Look at her actions. Look at the way she's treated him. Look at what she's done. Do you have any idea what you've done? No. Yeah, Jada the Jezebel. We all have a decision. We can make any decisions we want. You're not forced to be with anybody. You can walk away from anybody you want. You can do whatever you want. And you guys want to know why marriages and stuff fail? Because if not both, at least one person in the relationship failed. Somebody stopped putting in the work. Could have been them, could have been you, could have been anybody. We don't know. But something happened and somebody couldn't go through with that scenario. You don't even got to be married. You could have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever. And you could be in a situation with them and it could come to an end because somebody failed. Someone did not do their part. Someone made promises and broke them. Which is a very low self-esteemed type of person to do something like that. If you make promises made, promises kept, right? If you make promises and you break them, that means low self-esteem. That's the first sign. You don't have self-esteem. You can't, like, it's almost people's imaginations of what they want. And that's what I realized at like the past relationships I was in. It's almost like their imagination wanted it. These girls, their imagination wanted it so much so to the point where they had me convinced that this was the person I was going to be with. Like the fuck? So there's a difference between imagination and reality. I was in reality. I was prepared. I could have made things work on my end. And I'm just using this as an example. But they couldn't. They couldn't go through with it. It's all because it was a figment of their imagination. It was not reality. Because their reality did not match the things they've said, the things they said they were going to do and all this stuff, and the promises made, not promises kept. Stuff like this. So it's low self-esteem. If you say you're going to go to the gym today, and you tell yourself that and you don't show up at the gym and you have this built-in excuse, that is low self-esteem. Promises made, promises not kept. If you can do that, you could be a failure in a relationship. You can be a failure to show up to your dentist appointment. You can be a failure to almost everything in society and the people around you, your family and everybody. That's why I don't deal with people with self-esteem issues. You might not be the worst person in the world, but I've already had experiences with people with self-esteem issues in the past, and it ended up pissing me off because I'm a man of my word. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it, and I expect the same from somebody else. If somebody else makes a promise, I don't put these things on people, but if they put themselves in a position and they make a promise to me, or someone makes a promise to me, you better fucking well keep it. You better go through with what you've said. They talk the talk, they can't walk the walk. You see what I'm saying here? They can't do it. They're not the next greatest American winning machine. They can't keep promises. They break them all the time. That's because they failed to put in the work on themselves in a lot of areas probably. Like I said, it's why marriages fail and everything else fails. Because two people in a marriage, they could have been attracted to each other at one point in time. But a lot of the time when people get married, let's be honest, someone turns chameleon on somebody's ass. They present themselves to be the perfect thing to marry, and all of a sudden you're married and they turn completely chameleon. You don't even know the person no more. They become like a slug. They become everything you don't want, and it's like you wonder why you're in a divorce now. Because Jerica over here got super not committed. She became a slug. She became intolerable. Or Jack, get the fuck up, bro. What is going on? Somebody messed up. Somebody made promises and did not keep them. Somebody said they were somebody and ended up not being that person they said they were. They turned chameleon. They weren't about that real life shit. They talked the talk. They couldn't walk the walk. You see what I'm trying to say here? Communication is everything. Communication with your significant other, with your friends, with your family, with everybody is everything. Even with your dog. You have to communicate with your dog regularly. All the time. You have to teach it things. You have to play with it. You have to exercise with it. You have to feed it, give it water. There's a lot of things you have to do. Take care of it, bath it, whatever you got to do. It's beyond me how people can put themselves in certain positions and situations and just fail. Like, you literally failed. You said you were going to do it, you didn't do it. You said you wanted this, you don't want it no more. They're indecisive, they have low self-esteem, they're more fixated on their imagination more than anything, other than reality. Reality doesn't give a shit about your imagination. Your imagination means nothing. It means diddly quack. Nothing. So you better, be aware if someone's just kind of in their imagination. They have this fantasy of how they want things to go instead of actually being involved in reality, in the deep, raw, hardcore truth of how things are going to go. No beating around the bush. You better make sure that's the type of person you're going to deal with. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a fucked up night. It's just how it is, man. So, this is why I don't recommend dealing with MFers that have low self-esteem issues. Like I said, you might not be the worst person in the world. But there's a very high percentage of a chance that you're going to be a waste of time. And oh my God, their feelings are so hurt because I just said that. Oh my God. It's the fucking truth. You're not a trustworthy person. Your self-esteem's low as shit. You ain't got shit going. At all. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. You say you're going to do things and you don't do it. Your self-esteem's low as fuck. You can't put yourself in that state of mind to just go forward and do what you said you were going to do. If you say you're going to run down the road and back to a certain length and you say, I'm going to go to this spot. I'm going to run to that store and back. And you start to run and you get halfway there, a quarter way there, and you're like, I can't do this, and you come back, you failed. In your mind, set a realistic goal for yourself and actually do it. Start off by actually doing things that you say you're going to do. It's that simple. If you can't do big things, don't tell yourself you're going to do big things or make big commitments, because a lot of people like to do that. You're with somebody new for a year and they want to get married. Big commitment. You knew each other for a year. It's a big commitment. It's a tall mountain to climb. For knowing somebody for 1 year. I've known people my whole life that I'm still unsure about, for fuck's sakes. Like, 1 year and you're going to get married. 1 year and you want to have kids with that person. You better give it a little more time than that. So, before you make big decisions, really think things through. If you look back at your past and you failed at a lot of things because you've done things that were too big that you couldn't handle, like I said, start off by making smaller goals. Make a goal to walk out your damn door and back in. Yay, I did it. Now set a bigger goal. And set a bigger one, and a bigger one, and a bigger one after that. I don't care what you do. It doesn't even have to do with exercise. It could be anything at all. I just use that as an example. It could be anything at all. Tell yourself, tomorrow I'm going to wake up, I'm going to clean my whole place. I'm going to clean my whole house. You better clean your whole damn house. You say you're going to wake up tomorrow, you're going to go walk your dog for a half an hour. You better walk your damn dog for a half an hour. I'm the type of person, that I think it's actually smart to write things down and goals down and say you're going to do it and then do it. But I shit you guys not. Just for me only, I can't speak for anybody else. For me, it's not necessary, because when I tell myself I'm going to do things, it's in here. I don't need to write it down because my memory is on lock. I already know what I'm going to do the next day. I don't have to get into the day to know what I'm going to do. It's already planned and it's all in here. I don't got to write nothing down. I'm not going to forget. I know what I got to do and I'm going to do it. If my memory wasn't as sharp as it was, if I was not as sharp as I am as a human being, I might have to do that and it might be beneficial. But I've never failed at things like that. I've never forgotten. If it happened and it became a problem and less things were getting done, I would do it. Some people, it's very necessary for them to do it. We all have certain attributes. I happen to be an elephant. I will never forget. So, it's things like this, man. It comes down to dedication, discipline, keeping promises you make to yourself. Your feelings do not matter. In a lot of situations in life, bro, you have to be stronger than your own feelings. You can't let that get the best of you. When you do, you're going to make piss poor decisions. That is not in your best interest. You're going to fail a lot at so many things that it's not even funny. You'll probably fail a career path. You'll probably fail trying to get a good job. You'll probably fail with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or you'll fail in a marriage. You'll probably fail to make Team Canada. You'll probably fail to make Team USA. I don't know. All examples what I just said. You'll probably fail to keep your dog in good shape, and it'll probably get real fat. So it's all about making promises and keeping them. Keep the promises you make to yourself, and you shall be good. And I'm going to say it again. Putting yourself first is so important. And when you do that, best believe a lot of people's going to be jealous of you, jealous of your personality, jealous of your energy, because you're so sharp. You're so sure of yourself. You're so confident. You say you're going to do things and you get them done. That's going to make a high percentage of people jealous of you, dislike you for no reason. You're going to get a lot of haters, because winners, and this is what winning is, you don't have to be the next Usain Bolt and break world records. Small wins every day makes you a winner. But if you can't even do that, you're never going to win. If you are a winner, you will have haters. This is just how it works, because there's more haters than winners. The world is not polluted with winners. There's winners everywhere, but it's not polluted. There's more people losing than winning. So if you want to start winning, you want to start feeling better, you want to start having success in business, in finances, in relationships, the relationship with yourself, if you want to start having success, put yourself first. And you should have no problem. But if you're needy and desperate and hard up and where's Sally today? The fuck? What are you thinking about Sally for? Sally's long gone, bro. Sally's out of shape. Sally is probably not even eating a salad. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Set goals. Keep promises. Keep the promises you make to yourself. Just do the right things, man. It's not that hard. It gets easier when you keep the promises you make all the time. That's why I said make small promises first. Don't make huge commitments, because some people don't do shit and they make huge commitments when you can't even fucking shower when you wake up. You can't even make your bed. You can't even do anything, let alone making sky high commitments that are huge in life, that mean a lot, that matter a lot. Life-changing commitments. You better be a committed person to begin with if you're going to do that. You want a marriage to work out, you better be a committed person. You better be an understanding person. You better be a patient person. You better have a lot of understanding in that brain of yours, I'm telling you. Or it's not going to work. It's not going to be healthy. You could end in divorce. Things could happen. You could lose your damn house. You could lose money. All these things. So you become a winner first, which means getting small wins. Some people's like, oh, become a winner. Winning doesn't mean you're going to be on top of the world immediately or even ever. But if you can get small wins every single day, you can consider yourself a winner. By keeping promises you make to yourself, elevating yourself, and doing more over time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So I'm going to get out of here now. Get some water. If you're thirsty for success, drink water.